Today on Doodlebud, we're checking out this beautiful looking Kaweco Sport. It's a brand new color. That's because it's a special pen. It's a new 2024 limited edition with Goldspot. That's right. This is a brand new one they have for the year. And this is called the Royal Amethyst. Or if I really feel like driving the pronunciation police people nuts, I can call it Amethyst. I just so happened to find this special purple amethyst ink, so I figured might as well use it for the review today. This was very kindly sent to me to review. It launches on February 27th. That's when this video airs, so it's just coming out. That way, if you're interested in these, if you are a big Kaweco Sport fan, and this is a really cool color, it's sort of translucent, so you can see inside the pen a little bit. You can see the ink cartridge. You can see the nib when it's inside the cap. I promise I'll put this on a tripod in a second so I can give you more stable shots. But that's really cool, and they also takes the standard, here we have it here, the standard Kaweco clip and the mini converter if you want to add that on to the pen as well. So let's start inking this up, checking it out, and tell you all about it. This is a Goldspot exclusive, so if this is your cup of tea, there's only one place you can get it. You got to go to the Goldspot website. I'll have a link down there below. This will retail for $29 US, as it is here. You can pay a little bit extra if you like. And you can get the little mini converter that we have in the bag here. Those go for $7. So if you don't want it to be cartridge only, pay $7 if you don't have one already, and you get the little mini converter here. We'll use that today because we're going to use this ink here. And if you like to put a clip on yours, that's an extra $4, which I think it's very reasonable to add a clip on. Good prices for that as well. And I like the gold contrast with it. So this, again, the lighting will just never do this justice, but it's a very gorgeous purple. It reminds me of, I don't know, like a purple popsicle, something like that. Very nice color. I like the translucent effect to it. The gold that goes on, the contrast, I think that looks super, super nice with it. We can get the lighting just right there. You get that nice shine, the gold spot there on the purple. Well done, guys. Good job. We got the end finials, so they're in that sort of polished, brassy type color. I think that looks just sort of like a Crown Royal bag, right? The purple with the gold lettering on it looks quite nice, and the nib to match it as well. So all in all, I think a very attractive package. Now, I only have one other Kaweco Sport, and that's this one here, this sort of burgundy colored one with this raw, I think it's bronze clip. Actually, I bought this from Goldspot quite a year ago. Actually, this might have been my first purchase from them. I got the Peter Draws Narwhal pen, the first one they did, and either this one at the same time or very, very close around the same time. Anyways, performs really great. I understand how they're super collectible. This color, though, I thought this looked nice. This looks really, really nice. So let's just get this thing going. I think I don't have to probably go super in-depth review on the Kaweco Sport. I've done one. A million people have done one. I just really like the looks of this one. I'll fit the clip on there. I think what we're going to have to do is, because you got the Kaweco Sport here and the Goldspot, you don't want to mess that up. So if you get a clip, you're going to want to put it right between the two, and you can. So there's two surfaces, one here and one here. So everything will be symmetric and everything will look good and the world will be okay. Included with the pen, you get a little cartridge. It's in there a little bit. Let me shake it. There we go. Shake it loose. Standard sort of Kaweco blue cartridge. It's a decent looking blue. I've used theirs before, so you can do that. I ordered mine with a fine nib, and again, so you got all the standard Kaweco nib sizes, your extra fine all the way up to broad. I can't remember if they do double broad. I know they do broad for sure. This little guy in the back has the broad nib on there as well. So yeah, everything. I mean, this one is quite the looker. I'm going to be inking it up with the little mini converter. So these are fun. It doesn't hold much ink. A cartridge holds more ink than these. But if you'd like, using a converter, they got a little option for you, which is cool. I know some folks will just empty out a cartridge or save one, clean it out, and fill it with ink that way. So you have that option too. Let's put some ink in it. I'm curious how good this match is going to be. Before I ink it, good practices. I always inspect the nib beforehand. Every now and then a nib will need just a little tune, so let's just check this one out. Focus is tough, but we're looking like we're pretty good on the alignment there, and the tying gap is looking like it's bang on. We got a little bit of gap there at the end, and I checked this with the loop. It's tough to show it here on the camera. There is just enough at the end. I checked it with the feeler gauge So we should be all ready to go. If you want to get more information on this ink, it's Ostrich Purple Amethyst. I did a video on this a little while ago, so feel free to check that out. The converter just simply goes on like so. Push it on the back, push the plunger down, pull the plunger back, and you are done. You could push the plunger down before you put it in. I'll do a couple draws just to fill it up. Now it does get fairly full, and again, if you wanted to super fill this, you simply invert it and just ever so carefully. Oh, here, let me show you. Okay, just wipes it off there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push the plunger up a little bit. I think we're mostly saturated. Yeah, that's just straight ink now. There was a little air bubble that came out. You can, oh, there we go. You can see some little air bubbles. So push it up a little bit until essentially those air bubbles are gone. Going a little bit more. Yeah, we're just ink now. You might end up wasting more ink than the extra ink you fill. And then you just put it back in your bottle and do another pull back. And this thing will be pretty full now. So that's if you want to get a little, maximize the ink capacity, because it is a very small converter. That's the way you do it. And you can see we're full right to the top, just a tiny little air bubble, and that's all that's left. Adding on a little extra bonus footage, that's the cap, not the back. There we go. Put that on there. We'll put on the cap. And we might as well fit the clip now. This is the part that always worries me. I worry I'm going to scratch the pen when I do it, but I never have so far. Oh, and this goes on really nice and smooth. Okay, that's a nice little fit. Look at that. That looks much, much better with the clip. If you're going to get one of these, I think that's the best $4 investment you could make on this pen. That really, really sets it off now. Wow. Since this is an everyday carry pen, I might as well use some of my new favorite everyday carry books. Just these campus notebooks I picked up at the Umomo store. Talked about this the other day. $2.75 for one of these. And it's, you know, pretty decent paper. I gotta tell you, the Kaweco Sport has not been one of my favorite pens in the past. I sort of preferred their heavier ones, the aluminum ones. I've yet to try brass one or the stainless steel. I think those would be really cool. But you know, my pen preferences have changed over time. I've recently acquired some smaller and thinner and lighter pens, and I've sort of, you know, learned how to use those pens a little bit better. Coming back to the Sport now, it's actually, you know, I got a big hand, but if I hold it right and I just get a little bit more used to the light weights, I can kind of navigate this pen. I do prefer the heavier ones, but I'm getting used to this. And with this color, I think I'll want to get used to it. It is so nice. I like how it's a little bit translucent. The video, I don't know how well this is going to come across, but it really pops. And that gold trim with this is just fantastic. You know, this is a nice looking pen, but this is a much nicer looking pen. Oh, actually, yeah, the clip design, I guess that's the vintage or older style clip. This has a little bit of a different design to it. I'm not a big Kaweco Sport aficionado, so this is all sort of new to me, but yeah, this thing really sets out. Let's have a look here. I got the mini converter in here, and I got some ink. This has been left for quite some time. Let's see how well this did. Wow, look at that. That's impressive. This has been, I don't know, minimum 6 months, probably a year. I wonder how my other one is. Let's have a look at this one. This has a fine nib as well, and it looks like I have some ink going on too. Okay, got the Kaweco blue cartridge, so let's just show you what that ink looks like. Let's see if this one writes. Yep, same thing. This is a good length of time as well, at minimum 6 months to probably a year. So that's actually gone up a notch in my book, that the fact that these seal that well, 6 months, a year, somewhere in that range, these have been inked up and left all on their own. That's pretty impressive. Just had a fun idea cross my mind. They don't have a stub for the Kawecos. That'd be one cool thing if they brought that on board, but what I could maybe do is, this has a brod. I could grind this into one of my, you know, smooth cursive italics. That would be pretty funky coming out of a pen like this. Like that would be a really cool combination, a cursive italic nib on a flashy, cool little pen like that. Let me know if you want me to do that, and I'll give it a go. I think the ink is okay, not as bright and shiny as the pen body here, but that's not too bad. Let me know in the comments down below what ink you think would look absolutely perfect with this. Would it be a sheening ink, or do you have a purple in mind that's sort of like this color? So let's just leave it there. And one last time, great job to Goldspot on some sweet color combos. This thing looks slick. All the information down there in the description. You got to go to the Goldspot website to get this, because that's the only place you can get it. And you know, there's a lot of Kaweco Sport fans out there. These are limited, so I expect these will be quite popular. So if you're a Kaweco Sport collector, you know what you gotta do. Anyways, while you're clicking around, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, hit subscribe if you haven't. Quick idea to Goldspot, if you're looking for other ideas. The aluminum version with the beautiful purple anodize and gold like that too, that would probably look pretty slick. Anyways, just chucking that idea out there to the universe. Until then, we'll catch you next time.